You are going to buy Blackmagic 12K, but your laptop, if you play 4K, your laptop is doing a card.
So how do you, but you think what is really slowing you down is that
Is
12K
that
you don't have. I've seen people with FX3, FX6
Yes.
shooting rubbish.
The lie I probably believed was the lie that gears don't matter.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you believe gear matters? Hi, welcome to the Depth of Field podcast. This is where we talk about the creative industry, from the creative economy to everything you need to know about filmmaking, everything you need to know about content creation, videography, and lots more. So we are also going to be bringing your favorite filmmakers, favorite content creators to, really know about their journey, how they started, and how it is going. And we are also going to be giving you tips and tricks of how things are going in the creative industry. So welcome. And for the first episode of this show, guess the person we are bringing to the show is one of the people I called selfless in the creative industry. He has done a lot of trainings for beginner filmmakers and even intermediate and pro filmmakers. He has over 100K followers, listeners online, and I have learned a lot from his videos. He's a selfless man. He likes to simplify everything that there is to filmmaking and videography. Ladies and gentlemen, this person is no other person than Director Ope Andy. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
I'm very good.
How has it been?
Well, good. Yeah, good so far.
Is
So
there
far, so
any?
good.
Is there anything I didn't mention that I should have mentioned about
You
you?
were even mentioning too plenty. It's just like my Facebook profile. My Facebook profile, where they ask, write your bio and all that. I wrote Ope Andy, simple.
So welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you very much.
A very quick one.
Yeah.
This show is not going to be the formal one talking about, very serious things. The purpose of this show is to talk about, real problems in the creative industry, what real questions I see people ask under your comment section on TikTok, Instagram, and questions people come to my DM to ask to about at what point in your career did you really go from just being passionate about what you do and taking it serious as a career and, let's say, as a business?
Okay, so for me, I think it will be from the very beginning, because in all honesty, people generally make the mistake of thinking I started making videos or started filmmaking as a passion generally. So till this very day, if I'm looking at it from the perspective of passion, till this very day, I'll still tell you that I'm not passionate about filmmaking.
Interesting.
If you ask me what I'm passionate about, it's law. Filmmaking for me is a discipline. It's not. I'm not driven into filmmaking by passion, and the reason stems from my ideology on what passion is. I believe strongly that something you're passionate about should be something you can do without any hope of remuneration and still do it very easily, very well. So the question now
So you are trying to tell me that it's not possible for you to have passion and want to make money from your passion?
So here's the thing.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. If you have passion for something, you would really not be moved or bothered by
money.
Okay. But I am moved and bothered by money when I make videos.
Okay.
Do you understand? So when we say passion, to me, I feel it should be something you can do, not minding what comes out of it, and you still continue to do it with ease. You're not stressing yourself over how much you're making from it. You just do it. You must continue to do it.
So what then do we say to people that, it's not everybody are like you, that you have another profession. Let's say if your camera spoiled today and you have nothing in the creative industry to eat again, you can just enter court and be making money. It's not everybody that has that this thing. So what do you say to somebody, a young person that has the passion for filmmaking? And also in life, I used to tell my followers something on Instagram and TikTok that, see, there's no matter how you love and have passion for filmmaking or videography or content creation, if you don't have enough money to fund your life,
Yeah.
you will feel frustrated and you will stop having that passion, because it's going to come to a point that you start burning out because you cannot. I feel like it might even stop your, what's it called? Creative. What's it called?
To stop the flow of your creative juice.
It will stop the flow of your creative. So what do you say to people like that? Because I want people watching this podcast to also see themselves in what you're saying, and not just, we understand that, fine, you are a lawyer, without content creation, without, videography, you will still be making money. So what about people that sincerely have passion for this thing and they still want to be making money from it? Do you think their passion is real?
I haven't made a penny from law.
Okay.
I haven't made a penny from law. Is it that I've not practiced? I have. As a matter of fact, my forte in law is entertainment law. So I've done a couple of consultancies, even for a couple of big shots, not even on the side. Some big shots, creative content creators and all. If I mention names, you know, but for confidentiality, I've done consultancy, done some work here and there for them and all that. But amazingly, I wasn't paid, not because they were trying to use me or because they didn't want to, but because I didn't see the need to send a bill of charges deliberately. In fact, one of them that I did some stuff for that related to a letter of demand and all that stuff. He kept disturbing. Send this thing now. Let me pay you.
But
I kept dodging it.
that is because you're already making money.
So here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. That's why I said passion is different. Law is my passion. I can do law without expecting anything. I can do things in law pro bono. Doesn't mean that you should come and disturb me in my DM. But then again, that's that side of it for me. So it's not, I'm not saying what I'm saying because I have law on the side and I'm making money from it, then filmmaking. No. See, it's just like Pastor Chris will always say, I've settled the cost that I must follow. Yes, for me, filmmaking
is strictly for money.
Money is involved. Let's see. All these sanctimony, they all been trying to be sanctimonious and pious with money should not be.
So how were you? I'm curious now. If filmmaking is all about money to you,
Yeah.
of course.
Not all about it.
I understand, because it's a business now.
Exactly.
Just like every other also. Filmmaking is a career,
Yes.
and every career should fund your lifestyle,
Exactly.
right? So how were you able to navigate this, knowing that what really drive your passion, let me put it like that, is making ends meet, living from it? How were you able to navigate that beginning stage? Beginning stage of every career. I know that for every creators I've met, for every filmmakers I've met, I know that when you're starting out, you need to do work for free, you need to collaborate. So how were you, even though you were driven by what you're going to get from it, how were you able to navigate that beginning stage without it feeling overwhelmed? I mean, you are in for the dough. The beginning stage, you are not going to get as much as you want, and you will need to shoot a lot of things for free so that you can get better at your skill. So how were you able to navigate that?
That's where that's where you learn the discipline of it. When they say something is a discipline, the word is not just you. Discipline is not a profession. Yes, discipline is different from profession. When they say something is a discipline, it means if you say something, you've taken something as a discipline, it goes beyond it just being a profession. You have to learn everything it takes to not only do that thing, but to stay doing it. See, that's where it's important. And that's why I've always been of the opinion that motivation is overflowed. motivation is not half as important as discipline in anything you want to
Mm-hmm.
do, because motivation is just adrenaline. The rush will stop.
To make you feel pumped.
The butterflies
I'm
in your
going to,
bellies will
when you
die.
see the video online, I'm going to go out and shoot tomorrow, but you wake up
Exactly.
tomorrow, you cannot.
Exactly. The butterflies in your belly will die. You will tell yourself, the reason why I'm not shooting is because I don't have camera. Let me get camera first. When you get the camera, you will see that that's not what has been stopping you from shooting. So that's where the discipline comes in. When you start off, even if the reason why you started is to make money, to make ends meet, when you start off, you have to be smart enough to understand. And that's why I always advocate for creatives, filmmakers, whatnot. Read, study, be someone who learns, gather knowledge. Don't carry camera just because school did not work for you. It's not
It's not a plan B.
Yeah, you don't become a filmmaker because you
were dull. You didn't come off
you
with
didn't
flying
make it
colors,
well in
or
school, or you are
managed
not intelligent, you're not smart. I promise you, it will show
Filmmaking
faster
is
than
not the
you know, because
industry for
it's
you.
for intelligent people. You might not be book smart, but filmmaking is for very intelligent people, highly intelligent people. And so if you're starting off and the money is not coming just yet, you have to be smart enough to know that it will come. It's time. And that's what I told myself from the initial stages. It was crazy tough because I was in the university and I was fending for myself. It wasn't like
True filmmaking.
Yes, I was fending for myself, and it wasn't like I had equipment. I didn't even have equipment.
You didn't
I was
wait.
borrowing laptops.
You were in school. You were in school, borrowing laptop to edit videos. You didn't have a camera, but you were making money from filmmaking.
So I wasn't really making a lot of money.
But you were at least surviving.
I was making peanuts.
Okay.
Right? I was making crazy peanuts.
Oh, okay.
Peanuts.
Wait, when you're saying peanut, are you trying to compare it with what you're making now? You know, peanuts is relative.
No, not even compared to what I'm making now. I mean literal
peanut. Okay,
even
can you
to someone.
Give me one example of the peanuts you're talking about?
I'm talking.
And what year?
Okay, I'm talking making like 50,000 naira.
When? What year?
Around 2016, 2015, making 50,000 naira for a wedding.
That's not peanuts.
It's peanuts. As at 2015. Yes.
Or that's what is that the profit, or that's what they gave you?
No, that's what they paid.
Okay, so after you now
rent camera.
Okay. Yeah,
that's peanuts. Even for as far back as 2015.
But you'll be surprised.
You have to your transport is inside though.
Okay. I think I understand it. But for a student,
then when someone tries, when you meet somebody that's very magnanimous, they will probably price it at 80,000. For a student, that's not money. Especially a student like me.
Then
reading law.
Okay, you were a big boy student.
Not a big boy student. Like you're reading a course that requires you to get books, do all of that stuff. Your 80,000 naira is not.
So will you say it is your quest for looking for survivor that made you discover filmmaking?
So it wasn't quest for looking for survivor. I've never looked for survivor. Maybe because I got exposed to books, I got exposed to knowledge early. I was never trying to survive. At most, I was probably trying to thrive. I've never been trying to survive. That's hustle mentality, and I'm not a hustler. I've never been a hustler. I'll never be a hustler. Okay, but the thing for me was, I've always been creative at heart. I started writing from young, writing stories and all that from a very young age. When I was in secondary school, I was a pro debater.
Now I see where all those banters on TikTok are coming from.
I was even best speaker in Nigeria.
Oh, I think you mentioned it in one of your videos. Or was it the meeting I had with you?
I was the best speaker in Nigeria national debate competition one time. I was best speaker Northwest.
Interesting.
I was best speaker in Sokoto State for 3-4 years. I held it undefeated till I left secondary school. I was never defeated in the state in any debate competition. So I was always in that space of creating stuff, being able to, think of stuff.
Was that what made you study law?
No. I've always wanted to be a lawyer from when I was a kid.
Okay, not because when you argue, people be like, you're so good, I think you need to be a lawyer.
No. Law is not for arguments.
But you know that there's that myth growing up.
Law is not for arguments.
I understand that.
You grow up and realize that. You
don't be by who fear argue pass.
They shout. So I had always being in that space, creative space. And when I was leaving secondary school, I was already writing my first book, my first
Interesting.
major book. My hope was to publish it. But after WAEC, NECO, and all that, I began to research possibilities of me publishing this book and all that stuff. And I now realized that as at that time, we're already shifting from a reading generation to a visual dispensation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that was what I was realizing from my research. I was like, if I write this book, I put my thoughts down, write all of this stuff, it may not get out the way I want. People may not read this stuff, no matter how good it is. First, I'm a first-time publisher, first-time author, rather, and all that. So I was like, how best can I communicate all of this stuff? And it came to me, videos,
Like visuals.
films,
People are
films.
moving from
and
reading to
and it was easy for me to go that lane because from childhood I'd always been fascinated with films, movies. If you and I are watching films, you are watching the story, watching the action.
watching
I'm
the
watching
angles,
what is
the
not happening. I'm
lighting.
wondering, how did they do this?
How did they get
I
that
know
shot?
that this man's head is still on his neck in real life. So how did you remove the head in this film?
You know, that's one thing. That's one thing I struggled with growing up when I was watching movie. I find it difficult to cry when you kill people in movies or when something bad happens because
Yeah.
I'm still aware. I
the
know
person
that
is-
this is a movie.
Yeah.
I know that this head that they cut away is not real.
Yeah.
I know that this ant that is like this is not
It's not
real.
real.
And people around me will just feel like I don't have emotions
don't
or
have
something.
empathy.
I'm like, no, now this thing is film.
Yeah.
So I get you.
I had that curiosity from earlier on. So I just told myself, let me get into filmmaking. That was before I got into university. And before then, I already was handling camera here and there. I was, I could take pictures, basic stuff. That was how I got into the university and I started my journey into
Into filmmaking.
properly,
Okay.
proper. And I started teaching myself.
So I want us to talk about the mindset shifts
Yeah.
from the outside world before you become a filmmaker and now that you're a filmmaker. Was there any moments in your life as a filmmaker that you now realize that the industry, the film industry, the videography industry, the creative industry is not what you were imagining before you entered?
Well,
Because of course, this is it. When I started filmmaking, I used to be a fashion designer. I made what I'm wearing. I make
wow.
almost everything I'm wearing. So I came to Abuja as a fashion designer. I just picked up, filmmaking as a career, let's say few years ago, like 5 years. And I remember starting out, the reason I started filmmaking was because it felt really cool. Anytime I saw people making cool videos, I like to make videos with my phone, and it just felt really cool, not because I really thought about it. So I literally found my purpose while doing it, and I realized, okay, this thing is not what I imagined it to be. It's not really about just pointing your camera and shooting and looking for how to, that time I'll just bring out my phone, film anything, go home and look for how to tell stories with whatever I've made. Then I realized, okay, there's pre-production, there has to be intentions behind every shot you take. It does not just start during production. You have to have a pre-production, plan your shot and all of that. So what was that reality shock for you?
Okay, so the funny thing is, I cannot particularly place my hand on one particular reality shock. The reason is I didn't really enter the industry with any preconceived notions. My entry into the industry was I was entering tabula rasa. Is what I told myself. Like I didn't know nothing, which of course I didn't. I was going to just learn along the way. So I didn't really have any base.
But was there any lie you believed? Was there any lie you believed and later you now realize, now that you are a director Ope, when you were still a videographer Ope?
Maybe the lie I probably believed was the lie that gears don't matter.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you believe gear matters?
Yes, gears definitely matter.
Okay, I don't believe gears matter.
Okay.
So, and this is my context.
Yeah.
This is my context. If you are starting out as a beginner, I totally believe gear does not matter. And this is what I mean by gear does not matter. I mean, it does not matter whether you are using a Sony FX30 or you're using FX3 or you're using FX6. I'm not trying to say it does not matter if you are using, let's say, a 15-year-old, DSLR camera that
But
most
that's the
likely
thing.
cannot.
You see, when a statement like gears doesn't matter is made, it is not specific to a particular period. You
So
see,
we
it's a
always have to
generic-
explain
it's a
when.
generic statement, right?
Yeah.
If you say gears don't matter, you cannot now begin to say, okay, it doesn't matter like this, but it matters like this. Because it's a generic statement. It has to only be true or false. Right? Now, gears matter, but you should not allow gears stop you. That's the plain truth. See, gears matter in the sense that no matter how good you are, there's a camera that if they give you, you will shoot rubbish.
But there's a way you will be so bad that they will give you FX6 and you won't be able to shoot something good. Director,
So here's the thing.
Wait. I've seen people with FX3, FX6
Yes.
shooting rubbish. When I mean rubbish, I mean total nonsense.
Agreed.
In fact, there was a story I don't know if you saw the video that I told on my Instagram or TikTok few days ago about one creative or media agency that reached out to me like 2 years ago. So I went to shoot an event for them, a corporate event. I used my FX30. So the CEO was stunned that, what camera are you using? I would like you to get like 3 units of this camera for also. And I was like, you know what? Because I know that it's a crop sensor camera and I wasn't really sure about the professionalism of his guys. I told him, I said, see, I think you should just go for the FX3. It's a full frame camera and it's going to help in low lights because you do a lot of run and gun situation. So it's not like FX30 was not good enough, just to benefit of doubt, so that they won't buy the FX30 now and they won't be able to achieve the same results, and it will just be like, okay, back to square one and everything. And bro, after just few days, I started seeing, after I bought the camera for them, I bought like really good G Master lenses. I think I spent like around 20 to 25 million for them then. And I started seeing their content online. I had to call. Like, have you started using the camera? Yes. They say, yes, that's the camera they are using. Bro, FX30 is as at that point 1 million naira. FX3 is about 6.2 million naira then. And that's half the price. But what they were shooting with this FX3 was
The question now is, does that invalidate the quality of what FX is compared to what camera they were using before? Wait, now, does it invalidate the quality that FX brings, or that FX whatever that they bought for them? Does it invalidate the quality of that FX above whatever they were using before?
No.
If it doesn't invalidate it, then it means gears matter. Gears mattering does not mean you will automatically get better videos.
But when you keep telling creators and upcoming creators that gear matters, a lot of them automatically thinks the reason why their video is not as clean as Director Ope's video is because Director Ope owns a red Komodo.
It's just the same. It's just the same as saying, okay, because you don't want people to be greedy, you now tell them poverty is better than wealth.
No.
That's what it means.
No.
We have to establish the fact that gears matter. Howbeit, you shouldn't let gears stop you. It's what I establish with people all of the time. Gears are very important, but you should never let your inability to get certain gears at some point to stop you.
Then don't wait till you can afford it.
Exactly. That's the balance. But my brother, see, if you shoot with an FX3 or FX6 and somebody else shoots with Arri Alexa, the difference will be clear. Your level of knowledge, right? Your level of knowledge right now, if they give you an Arri Alexa, your level of knowledge of
Yeah, that's
lighting.
because I have the level of knowledge.
No,
No,
here's the thing. Here's the
yeah.
thing, right? Your level of knowledge, if they give you Ari Alexa to work with right now, will your work be finer than it is with your FX30?
Of course it will.
So gears matter.
To me, no, not to me. No, I think now I've shot myself in the leg. Not to me. Not to me. I'm not saying the thing is, you see, the first production I did this year, I used the Red Komodo X, and something happened that really, really shocked me. When I wanted to start, I wasn't the one that DP'd this thing because I wanted to just focus on directing. When I told my DP to start, setting up the camera, and I was going through it with him together, and I saw that the last person that used the camera shot on 1080p, and the guy that was handling the camera was like, yes, now, because 4K takes space now. And I was like, so if you're not going to shoot in 4K, why hire a Red Komodo? So imagine that person shoots.
There are other benefits to using a Red Komodo than just resolution.
I know, than just resolution.
There are several
but
others.
I believe
resolution is the base.
But I believe that it is not possible for you to get 1080p, 10-bit color when you're using that kind of high-end cinema camera. So, and I don't even think it makes sense to hire some particular type of camera without even shooting in 4K.
So there are a couple of other things. Resolution is like the most baseline reason.
But you can't take it away now.
Camera.
But you can't take it away.
I'm saying it's baseline. It's one of it, but very baseline.
Yeah, very base. But very important.
You're looking at the sensor quality. That's number one. You're looking at the sensor quality. Then you're looking at some persons enjoy better the color science of red. So even if it's 1080p, but the color science makes sense to them.
I've seen people shoot on red, people shoot on.
But that does not invalidate how good red is.
Yes, red is good. Red is better than a lot of Sony camera, right?
That's the point.
I love red color science, right? But the point is, if your skill is not good enough, no matter of gear will make your videos better.
That still does not invalidate the fact that gear is important.
Okay.
Gear is not what improves your skill.
Of course.
Your skill is your job to develop.
Of course.
Right? Now, if your skill is your job to develop, you cannot now say because you didn't develop your skill, then gears do not matter.
Okay, so now what advice will you give an upcoming filmmaker?
It's the same thing I've been saying for the longest. Gears do not matter. If you are living under the rock, that's when gears do not matter. Right? If you are in the outside world, gears matter today, they will matter tomorrow, and they mattered yesterday. That's the reason why Christopher Nolan prefers to shoot with IMAX, as difficult as it is to shoot with IMAX.
Because there's a specific look and quality he's looking for that he can only get from IMAX.
That is why gears matter.
Yes. So holistically, I totally agree with you.
Let me finish my advice to the young creative.
Continue.
Gears matter. But don't let your inability to access certain gears stop you. And then don't wait for gears.
Don't wait till you can afford it.
It's just like I say in my videos, if all you have access to right now is a phone, use it. It's just like when it comes to wealth creation, for example. The fact that you can't afford it now does not mean you should start saying it doesn't matter. You see, when I see somebody buy a wristwatch, a Richard Mille.
No, you don't say it's vanity.
Don't say it's vanity.
Like, nasty watch, nasty time.
The only time you can say it's vanity is when you have the money to buy it and you choose not to buy it. Then you can
now advise. Okay, vanity. I think that's what a lot of people feel like when they are watching my video. Some people feel like, are you shooting this?
My brother, if gears do not matter, Christopher Nolan will be using FX3.
Okay, so when I started my career, I started with iPhones and I discovered.
But now what are you using?
Of course, I'm using.
So why didn't you stick with iPhone?
Calm down now.
No, answer me. Why did you stick with
calm down now?
Gears don't matter. No. Gears don't matter.
So when I started with an iPhone. So one thing that really shook me, even though I had filmmaker friends then that were telling me, you see, this later when I become, very good in
Yeah.
using cameras, I later challenged one of them that you wanted to slide me, Abi, because it was telling me that time that I can just stick with phone, that because as at the time, that was 4 years ago, there were not a lot of content creators using phone to do, I was using InShots, there was no CapCut and all of that. So the competition was not high, and it was saying, there's no competition in phone filmmaking, and I was making money saying, so you can just stay there and all of that. So I realized there's this guy, mobile filmmaking school, whatever, on YouTube. I used to watch it a lot then. Then I saw his behind the scene. I saw that he was using Red to shoot the videos on how to make better videos with your iPhone.
Okay.
And I was like, wait a minute, what's going on here?
Okay.
So you mean you set up a Red camera?
Okay.
With like all his setup is like $40,000 setup.
Okay.
To tell me that I can make even better videos with iPhone if I know what I'm doing as a beginner filmmaker. So I totally
The
understand.
idea is very simple. If what you have at your disposal is minimal, use it, but at the back of your mind, have it there.
As soon as you have the means, upgrade,
exactly.
please.
Because if you don't have it at the back of your mind that gears matter, when the means starts coming, when you start getting resources to upgrade, since you don't feel like it's important, you will not upgrade. You just leave it be. And then before you know, the world has passed you by. You are dragging behind with your old rickety camera because gears don't matter.
So, director, what do you think in the Nigerian creative industry? What do you think we romanticize too much? What's that thing you think we romanticize too much in the Nigerian creative
industry or the filmmaking industry?
I think let's take it from the filmmaking industry.
From the filmmaking industry, we romanticize romance too much.
Oh my God, another good. Don't leave me.
You said what with all love words now?
I don't understand.
Everywhere love.
Can you explain? Can you? I don't know. Okay, you mean our movies?
Yes. Let's go back to Nollywood. The stories of Nollywood back in the day, right? The ones we grew up seeing. They were scourged with bad quality, bad cinematography, or perhaps
and it's relative. That is relative. Bad is relative. As at that time,
no. As at that time, it was still bad.
Actually,
it was still bad because see, Indiana Jones that was made 40-something to 50 years ago, you can't compare it with any of those.
The first day I saw Karate Kid.
Okay. So
in 4K.
Okay.
I was stunned.
So what I'm essentially saying is but then again, that was probably what was available to them, right?
What they had access to.
What we were watching back in the day was not cinematography or what.
It was storytelling. Yeah, I totally agree.
It was story.
And that was why we were able to forgive the quality.
You could see 10, 15 films released in a month, and none of them was love related. But right now, it's just...
Will you say that was because people had less access to gear, so they really thought about their storytelling before they even go? Of course. Now that you can have access, everybody has access to 4K cameras.
Exactly.
So any ideas, you just give it to ChatGPT.
Exactly. I think they taxed their brains a lot more back in the day to cook up stories. That's why till today, and this is just my personal bias. Till today, so many persons are doing amazing work in the industry. Amazing. They are
in the film industry,
in the filmmaking industry. Amazing work. But I still very much tilt towards Kunle Afolayan.
That guy is good.
See,
I love. See, I was just for I think this last season of Anikulapo they released. I was just watching the intro.
Not many people could understand. Not many people could understand. But what Kunle is trying to do with, especially with Anikulapo, is he's trying to frontier a new kind of filmmaking that is not new completely. It's not new to the filmmaking world, but it's new to the Nigerian and African market.
Yeah.
So outside the country, they know how to heap success on success on a particular movie. So with Batman, they made the first Batman. It was so good. So let's not leave the story here.
And I think that's the same thing he's doing with
They
Anikulapo.
continued. Now, it didn't even stop there. Now, Dark Knight Arises and the rest like that, they are sequels. So they are still films, 2 hour, 3 hour long films. They didn't stop there. They went ahead to do Gotham. They did Gotham, still from the Batman story. So you see the success of one film, and this is not the first. The Batman story is not even new. It's old. It's a comic story, right? Now, that's what Kunle is trying to do. We are used to fast food in the industry here. Let's watch it and let's finish it. If highest, give us part 1 to 4 like Isakaba. Let's watch part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. Let's know that, okay, this thing is
But
over.
are people really complaining about the series?
So that's the thing, right? That's the thing. They don't know that that's what they are complaining about. Because, of course, they are not and someone who sees a movie is not the audience, they are not professional filmmakers. So they might not exactly they might not exactly have a name to what they are complaining about. But you can tell as an expert that, okay, this is where this complaint is coming from. I think people are just kind of feeling fed up with the fact that the story is dragging in their head. This thing, why would you do an entire 5 episode of a film and we really cannot see an end in sight?
If your audience, or if your, I mean, that is his customer target, his audience, if they are complaining, though I know that we are still going to have people that are not complaining. So do we used to consider the film a success?
So this is the thing, right? Especially for a market like this,
Nigerian market.
yeah. If you're trying, like I said, he's frontiering something. If you listen to the audience when you're trying to pioneer something
At the beginning,
that's
true. You get
you will
discouraged.
kill it.
Yeah, very.
The audience is important. It's very good. But if you have a vision at the back of your head that this is what you're trying to pioneer, and you leave it at the mercy of the audience, you will kill it. Just give it time and let it breathe. And that's what I think they did with Anikulapo. I think this particular season was focused on building the character arc of all of the characters. The focus was on getting the audience to enter into the individual lives of these characters, get familiar with these characters, so that what is about to come, you can better relate to it. Now, there was no conclusion for anything. There's no conclusion for any character in the entire this one that just came out, the Ghoul Awakens. So now you now have a base idea of how that
I've
king.
actually not seen it. I can't wait.
You have an idea of what this character is about, what this character is about, who this person is. Before now, the story was just centered around Saro, centered around Arolake, just a few people. But now more characters are coming in. You are seeing their character arc. There's now more to expand the story into. That was the purpose of this particular installment.
I think now let's come back home. Let's leave Nollywood.
So now for me, back to your question. For me, I think we are beating love stories too much. I strongly believe that there is no continent on the face of the earth that has more stories to tell than Africa. We have mastered folk tales. There's no part of this world that has as much folk tales as we have.
I was watching a documentary about where I come from. I'm from Ekiti State, Ijero to be precise. I was watching a documentary yesterday for the first time. So I had the connect from Texas. He reached out to me about, Ijero, and they wanted to do something. So I was just reading about it. I've only been to my hometown like once.
Yeah.
So I was now reading stuff, realizing it was the fourth born of Oduduwa, that's the pioneer of Yoruba and all of that. I was like, okay, so you mean where I came from was that prominent and had this kind of rich history? I was looking at a lot of things. I started Googling, I started seeing a lot of stories online about it, and I'm like, so we have this kind of stories and nobody have ever made a
That's
movie
the
about
point.
it.
So we have so much. And then I think that maybe as the industry grows and funding increases, we'll begin to tell better stories. But I think we have so much to tell that if we start telling these stories, we would not think of any other kind of story. We will so excel with those stories. I've always said this, and I'll say it again here for the purpose of this podcast. If the Greeks or whatever have Thor, we have Shango, we have Amadioha. When you say Amadioha, who are you calling? The god of thunder. Who is Thor? He's the god of thunder. But you see, they've mastered the art of storytelling so much so that they've sold Thor to you, and you see Thor as a superhero. You see Thor, he's a god actually. But they've told the story so well. Now we have not told ours.
Mm-hmm.
We are not even beginning to bring the stories into. This is not even based on religion yet.
Yeah.
It's
No,
culture,
no,
folk
not
tales,
telling people
storytelling.
to believe in it,
Yes,
but to
it's
know that these kind of
storytelling.
things
Bring
exist.
your rich
Mhm.
culture
Mhm.
out and tell the stories. And the reason why it's very important we begin today, and that's why I appreciate so much what Kule Afolayan is doing and what a couple of our brothers from the West are doing with all the folk tales and local stories they are bringing to the cinema, is because if we don't tell these stories, we'll continue to remain at the mercy of Hollywood, telling these stories the way they like. It's why I get pissed when I see Africans celebrate Black Panther as an African superhero.
That's how.
Like, how now? How on earth does anything about Black Panther represent Africa? How is it the rich
But
uranium?
because
The
that
rich
is not the
uranium.
story we
You
have.
see the film. You see the film. The beginning scene in Black Panther where some girls were kidnapped in Sambisa, and you hear the Hausa, the Hausa tone they were using, the Hausa accent, and you know these are Black American, these are American actors and all that. There's the reason why they are the ones doing these things for us is because we are not there yet. We are not doing it. We're not telling those stories just yet. We are still concerned about the Odogus.
So you think we are telling too much love stories a bit?
I'm just concerned about those things.
We are
But
telling
then
too
again,
much love stories.
I feel we can diversify a lot more. Let's shift small. Let's be shifting.
Does not always have to be.
I'm also to blame for that. All of us that are still
I mean, you
not
have the
doing
skill, and you are
exactly.
yet to
We
release
are
the
all
first.
to blame for that. I'm not
first
pushing the blame.
And I'm
We
not
are all to
even.
blame.
I'm not to be blamed because I'm a documentary
Exactly.
filmmaker.
But I'm also to blame. How be it? I believe that
and I will blame
the
you. I
shift is
blame
coming.
you.
I
Yeah.
accept the blame. And I believe that the shift is coming because that's the thing with enlightenment. The more it comes, the more it exposes things, and then adjustments are made to in tandem with all of those things.
So, what forms of filmmaking will you call your favorite?
To watch,
To do?
to make.
Yes.
I think my favorite will be um
Because I know you've made more
my favorite kind of stories to tell, or kind of films to tell, will be epic
narratives.
epic dramas.
So narratives.
Not entirely narratives, but epic dramas.
No, but you've shot more
So, I'm
documentaries and
looking-
music videos. And
Oh yes. It for the time being.
Mhm.
Just keep your eyes open for the next 1 year or two.
Okay.
For
wait.
the time
I'm
being.
sure your fans and audience can wait to. Perception about there's this misconception about working for big clients, and I know that you've worked with past governor before, and you work with a lot of big clients, and what do you think is the misconception around it about working for big clients? Because a lot of people see it as getting big clients is just you just keep doing what you're doing. One day that big clients will locate you. How do you really position yourself as a creative, as a filmmaker, to get that kind of clients, that your dream clients you want to work with?
Okay, so working with big clients extends beyond just skill. Because see, wealthy, influential people are very wise people. To get to that level of wealth, influence, and power, you have to have some kind of sense. It's not normal.
It's not just
So
by
you
being
didn't just
good.
yes.
It's not just by being a good videographer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, wealthy and influential people are very smart people, very wise people. And so they look beyond just skill when they are drawing people close. Skill is important, very important. But
It brings you in, but
yeah,
it doesn't keep
you.
Yeah.
Building relationship with such people extends beyond that. Character is important to them. Personality is important to them.
How you made them feel on set.
Yes, your personality is very important to them. Are you somebody that they can trust? Are you intelligent? You may not be book smart, but are you really intelligent? And Loyalty is another thing.
Loyalty.
And now, when I say loyalty, I'm not talking about this blind stuff they do up and down, this psychophancy of.
And I want you to explain. See, there's something I want you to explain about working for big client. I want you to talk about that character, about how you should behave, because there's something I used to tell people. I still released the video less a few days ago. I was talking about your soft skill. I believe as a filmmaker in any career, in short, your hard skill gets you into the room. But what keeps you is your soft skill. I've seen, there was one event I wanted to attend. I think it was December last year. It was for one embassy like that. And the person that called me, that gave me the gig, told me that you need to come with your NIN, come with this ID card, wear your this thing. I was wondering why saying because they will restrict access. In my mind, I said they cannot restrict me because I know I was going to show up. And believe me, I entered there with my camera, the way I dressed, everything. Nobody at all challenged me. And immediately after me, I saw media guys trying to enter, and they were using guns to shoot them. So that taught me a lot about how presenting yourself. And there is also this misconception about dressing. We are media guys, we wear black. So people just think because we say, okay, let's wear black, then you just wear any black. They don't know that the fact that we say the black we wear is so that we are not going to be identifiable easily in the crowd, or there's not going to be too much contrast. We are not going to call attention to ourselves. But a lot of time when you are in the room full of people wearing, dressing nice, and even though you're wearing black, you are not looking good at all. There's still a contrast. People are still it's going to be easy to you are just going to look weird in the middle of everybody. And that is also a problem. So I want you to talk about that and your experience on stuff like that.
So I've worked in circles. I still do. I still work in circles with top shots, both in the public sector and in the private sector. And the common thing I've noticed is most successful people like to keep two category of persons around them. Now, there are persons that will come around and behave a certain way, and you feel like they will never come again. They will never be allowed access. And they will be allowed access even more than some other persons that are well behaved. The reason is, what category do you fall in? Right? So, successful people, most of the times, from my experience, keep two category of persons around them. They keep the jesters, and they keep the people who bring the results. There was a time, sorry to cut you, there was a time while my boss was still in government, some persons came around to visit him, and I did the videos and all that stuff. And one of them came to me. These persons are important also. It's not like they are some pushaways. They're important people. So the leader of the team came to me after they finished with my boss and they were about to leave, and he was like, my brother, please, can you send me the videos so that we can also post and all that? And I was like, that's not a problem, sir. Once it's edited and then His Excellency gives a nod for the videos to go out, because it has to be approved. Once it's approved for it to go out, I will send you a copy of it. And he was like, oh, okay, no problem. Just let me have your number. I gave him my number, and then he flashed me. He asked me, is this your WhatsApp number? I said, yeah. He said, okay, that's my WhatsApp number also. Drop your account number for me on WhatsApp so I can pay for your data. And I was like, no, don't worry, sir. It's just my job. Once it's approved, I'll send it to you. Don't worry about it. He was like, no. I know you're not asking me. I just want to do it myself. I was like, no, sorry, sir. His Excellency takes very good care of me. I'm fine. Now, I just said it and we laughed, we smiled, and then he left. And of course, when His Excellency was, okay, let's post this. Let's take it out.
Sent it to him.
I sent it to him. And he sent me a very long message appreciating just that gesture. Now, I didn't see it as anything. I didn't see it as I was doing anything particularly. It was not like I was trying to feel a particular type of way.
yeah.
It was natural to me. The
Mhm.
reason is because I stopped being poor long ago. Even when I didn't have money, when I was still a broke student in the university, I stopped being poor. I chose not
It's a
to be
mindset.
poor. And because I am not poor, the money you want to send me is actually how much? That's actually what you should ask yourself. Let's say, okay, you send me 100K
And so
to say, okay, thank you for the video. What am I going to do with it that is going to be so important that I should, because of that now, jeopardize the reputation or whatever of the person that my principal?
to
It's not that
now,
important.
to now breach the
I don't
protocol.
know. I may not know if the person ever went to His Excellency to tell him this and that. Oh, this boy, this is your boy, and all of that. But I have a very good rapport, very good relationship with my boss, even till now. Even though he's not in office, even till now, and a large part of it is your personality. Who are you? How do you see yourself? You're a videographer, but you are everywhere when you come around. You are going up and down. Yes, you are given access and all that, but have sense.
I was last year.
You're talking to everybody. Your voice is loud. You are greeting everybody. You are snapping picture with everybody to go and post. If you know normal celebrities I've come across, you're doing things that are disgraceful. See, there are certain places they may keep you maybe because of your skill, but there are certain heights they would go to that you can't go with them.
You can't
Because you just don't fit.
You don't fit.
Live constantly in humility. And the highest form of humility is realizing that you've not arrived.
Yes.
No matter how much you have
Yes.
grown, you have grown. No matter how high you've gone, you realize there's a height higher than that. And that no matter how high you've climbed, you are below somebody, right? That keeps you humble, it keeps you in check. Understand that whatever you have now, somebody has more, right? So you are not at the top of it. You are not at the very
The
peak
fact
of
that you
it,
have
right?
access to certain
So that
type of
should be
people.
at the
Yeah,
back
yeah.
of your mind. Stay very humble, because if you're not humble, you can't learn. Humility keeps you learning. Know that you are not there yet, so you keep learning.
It's the fact that
Be humble.
It's the fact that you know that you're not good enough. That's why you
Yes.
want to learn.
Be humble. But be very, very conscious of your value. Have a mindset that's beyond your immediate environment, that's beyond where you are in the moment. Don't think local, think global.
Don't think local, think global. Okay.
And let that rule the course of every other thing that you do. That way, you'll be able to attract, because this thing is the law of attraction. You can't attract somebody, you can't attract something bigger than you. You attract based on capacity. So the first focus, if you want to attract, is build capacity. So the first point of contact is even you. Build capacity. The kind of clients I'm looking for now, I'm not on the streets looking for them. I'm building the capacity to accommodate them. Because if God gives you what you can accommodate, it's a waste. You waste it, right? So build the capacity. Once you build the capacity, the laws of nature, the laws of the cosmos work in such a way that it will draw those people. And when they come, because you've gone through the process of building capacity, you'll keep them.
I
They
think
will stay.
that cap it up. That cap it up. So now let's move to gear again. Do you think obsession of gear kills people's,
Obsession over gear is actually foolish.
Do you think it kills growth?
As much as I have already established that gears matter. Gears matter, but I will not sit down now and start saving money that I want to buy IMAX or that I want to buy Aria Alexa, right? It will kill your growth, actually, especially if every money that comes, you're using it to buy equipment.
You're not improving on your skill. You're not. Then the fact that some people even invest in the wrong gear.
Yeah.
You don't have enough capacity to even edit the kind of footage, this new camera
you are going to buy Blackmagic 12K, but your laptop, if you play 4K, your laptop is doing a card.
But you think what is really slowing you down is that 12K you don't have.
What are you even shooting 12K for? Is it for cinema? Are they playing it in
For
silver
Instagram
bed?
reels, you are shooting
Shooting
12K.
12K. So yes, obsession over gears kills. It will kill your growth. It will kill you, kill your drive. As a matter of fact, buy the gears that you need. Gears that you need, that are necessary.
And you can
Rent
ask,
the others.
you can always rent.
Rent the others. If you know, okay, you need a camera for as a daily driver.
Then
One, you need a camera for as a daily. Yeah, buy a camera
everybody
and
needs
have
it.
it as a daily driver. But
Unless you just want to
the
be using
fact that
once in a while.
you have a camera for daily driver now does not mean that, okay, 3-4 clients reach out to you that, okay, they want to shoot a music video and they want a red. You now start having sleepless nights. How do I buy a red?
Eh?
Go and rent.
Do you guys even know? People don't know that most of the top, what am I saying most? All the top cinematographers, most of them they don't own a camera.
Yes, now
Because who buys
because when you get to a certain stage, you now start. It's not an investment really, unless you're. I tell people,
except you're into rentals.
exactly. Except you're into rentals. Are you Abazi? Abazi Productions. If you're not in, if you have no intention,
I used to City.
because these guys they flip this equipment, right? And it's their business.
Yes.
That's what they do.
Mhm.
Unless you're going into that, why are you gathering equipment? Are you a collector?
Except you're going to be
You're
using
turning
them
your house
every
into a
time.
museum.
If your equipment is not making money for you, then
It's very simple.
that's a bad financial
It's very simple.
decision.
Add the cost of renting the equipment to your bill of charges. If a client reaches out to you, I want to make a music video and this is the quality I'm looking at. You tell the client, okay, to achieve this quality, this is the camera we need, this is the light we need, this is this and this and that, and this is what it will cost us to rent it.
So this question I want to ask, I struggle with it a lot too. So it's about rest as creative. Do you feel guilty when you rest?
At some, there was a stage where yes, I used to feel guilty.
But what about now? And now, how were you able
Right
to?
now, I don't give a damn. If I need to rest, I will rest. I will rest anyhow.
But
In
how
fact, I've even
important?
decided, as of last year, I decided that every year, normally I do it. Normally, a day after my birthday, I'm off social media, all of my social media platforms for about 3 months. But that's not entirely just to rest. It's just a retreat for me. Just
For
you know,
3
be
good
focused.
months?
3 months, yes. So my social media, I just hand it over. It will still be on. People will still the post will still be going on, but I will not access it. I will not access it. I will not access my WhatsApp. For that period, just text messages, just for me to I use that period to do a lot of reading and all that. But beyond that, I've decided that henceforth I will take time.
I believe it's also part of the creative
If I can't
process.
travel out of the country, I will go to Ahmad Farms.
And
This is
enjoy.
not free advert. Ahmad Farms. If you want advert, reach out to a Sam friend, or you reach out for an advert. But just to say, it's a resort. Just go somewhere, even if it's not for a month, 3 days. You are not working. Get a book or download movies, not from FZ Movies.
Then do something aside filmmaking.
Download movies.
To refresh.
Real 4K movies. Movies of high quality, maybe Netflix or whatever.
Not from where? Well, you said not from where?
FZ Movies or Mnet or Ninja, whatever. If you don't have Netflix or Prime, look for somebody that will give you login for that 3 days. Go somewhere.
Do something aside filming. Yeah.
Come back and see how much better it will be. Don't feel guilty about it.
And it's also part of creative process.
One of the things I always try to establish is the most important thing to me is my mind. Take every other thing away from me. Leave my mind. I will still be productive. If anything affects my mind, I'm already in trouble. So I protect my mind at all costs. And so if you're a creative, your mind is very important. Very, very important. If your mind is efficient, if your mind is functioning fine, you will do fine. So always find time to rest and never feel guilty about it. How would I feel guilty? I will rest very well. Any client that tries to disturb me that time, you're an enemy of progress. You don't love me.
So if you had to start again now as a videographer, as a filmmaker, as a cinematographer, what decisions are you going to make? how are you going to navigate it? What are the mistakes you made that you were going to correct if you're starting out newly?
So here's the funny thing, and this might not be popular opinion. I don't think I would change anything. I have recognized that, and thank God I recognized that early. I've realized the fact that everything that has led to where I am now is important to the journey. Every mistake I ever made coming here to this point was important to the journey. Had I done it differently, maybe it would have been a different result. Would the result have been good or bad? We will never know. Just like I West said, say a lot of you people are asking, what would you do if you don't win? I guess we'll never know. So it's just like that for me. I am appreciative of the journey that has brought me to this point. I am very grateful for every single win I have gotten, and I'm also grateful for every loss, because those losses were even more important than the wins.
I believe the amount of time you failed in life is very important.
It's more
In fact,
important
more
than the
important than
amount of times
Yeah,
you win.
yeah.
Because nothing pulls you down faster than success. Failure doesn't pull you down as fast as success. It's easier for you to be motivated with failure
because
than
it
for you to be
teach you,
motivated
yeah.
with success. Success keeps you comfortable. It makes you feel you're there,
And if you're
And
not
so
careful.
I'm grateful for the journey. I don't think that there is any particular thing I would be looking to do differently. There are certain things that I might have said, okay, at some point I regretted, but I know better now than
But
to
for the
regret.
sake of beginner filmmakers watching this, what advice will you give somebody that is just starting out? Let's say they're in their 20s, early 20s, 21, 22. They just picked up a camera recently and they are looking at, people like you and some other, filmmakers online, and they're like, oh, when am I going to achieve? I see people in my comments, in your comments, make statements like that, when I won't reach this level, people make that, and I understand the fact that people are making that comment is what they are is about what they are really thinking. It's not just comments. They are really thinking about these things, because I've always been I've once been there. I've once been in situations I just look at it and be like, when will I have this kind of quality? What do you think they should focus on? What do you have for them? What do you want to tell them?
So here it is, right? Just know that whoever you are looking up to is looking up to somebody. What that means, therefore, is stay true to your own journey. As much as you admire somebody, don't admire somebody so much so that you wish to be where they are. Because what you know is what you're seeing. You don't know the daily struggles they go through. If they probably heap that struggle on you, you may probably die, at this stage that you are. Your key focus should be your journey. Take your journey one day at a time. Do not put yourself under undue and unnecessary pressure, feeling okay, you're not good enough because you don't have what so and so person has. Understand, you are not just there yet. Doesn't mean you will not be there. Take your journey one day at a time. Understand that whoever you're looking at now and feeling, okay, I wish I was like this person. When will I get to this person's stage? There was also a time that person was looking at somebody and saying, I wish. And now they are somewhere better. The same with you. Only if you don't stop. If you keep pressing, you keep doing, you keep getting better, you keep pushing yourself, just go.
So if you're just starting out today, I know. Oh, I've had this. I've asked you a similar question when we did that challenge. So if you're just starting out today as a beginner filmmaker, as a beginner cinematographer, what is that one camera, one lens, and laptop you're going to go for? That one, it has to be one camera body, one lens, and one laptop you're going to go for.
Currently, I will go for camera. I'll go for the Sony FX3.
Okay.
Then for lens,
if you're a beginner, if you're a beginner,
if I'm a beginner,
yes.
Okay. It depends on how I'm beginning.
Okay, and it's true. And it's true. And that's where, because I saw one guy on the internet one day, he was talking about how some beginners are using FX3. I was wondering what the problem is about that.
That's the problem.
Because you're a beginner,
that's one of the reasons why I have a problem with people that hate the fact that the video has the money he has, or
that you have to start from the gutter.
I'm not one that goes into other fan whatever, because of course if you ask me my style of music, you'll be hearing things like Harry Belafonte, all those kind of people. And all that. But uh, don't be casting your poverty on other people.
The fact that you
The
are poor
fact
does
that
not
I-
mean you will make it
The
in life.
fact that I, for example, now started my filmmaking career not even with a camera, with my laptop.
Imagine
The webcam of my laptop.
I saw the
So
video.
should I now, because of that,
now say that other
somebody
people
that
should?
has access to getting an FX3?
By
to
all
start,
means, if you have
I'll now
access to
say,
life, yeah.
you're not serious. You are starting with an FX3. You are not ready to face.
You don't want to learn.
And
Some people will tell you
that's
don't want to
poverty
learn.
mentality. That's being poor in your mind.
I
Okay, don't cast your poverty on other people.
Mhm.
By all means, if my financial power could not get me an FX3 to start with, and someone else's, what if the person is being backed by someone that has money, and someone that has money is telling him, okay, this is what you want to do, or
Then
give
go
me
for
a
it.
list.
Yeah.
Give
And
me
we
a list of
actually
what
have
you
people
want.
that start with
So somebody
FX3.
tells you, give me a list of what you want to start your filmmaking career.
And now use your
The person
poverty
will now come and
mindset to
meet
now
me
start
to
writing.
advise him. I'll now go and write, buy a Nikon.
No, don't do that. Don't do
No,
that.
I use the Nikon. I'm talking that old one. I'll now go and write it because that's what I started with.
Okay.
I will write FX9 if the person can get it.
Yeah, of course.
Because imagine if you're starting your journey with an FX9.
If what
You gather the knowledge,
I said
someone
something on
teaches you,
Instagram few
and
days
you are
ago.
able to start with something like that.
I said if what you can afford is Arri Alexa Mini as a beginner, don't let that poverty mentality of you.
So you want to start now. You want somebody somewhere outside the country is standing at the camera showroom, and he's seeing Ari, he's seeing red, and then he's like, okay, which of these two cameras do you want? You now say, it's too big for me. Okay, can we go down small?
Because I want to have a humble beginning now.
So for me now, let's say if I want
FX3, okay, FX3.
My camera will be the FX3. My lens will definitely be the G Master. Maybe the 24 to 70 mm.
Okay.
Then what else?
The laptop.
Laptop. I would definitely want to go for the MacBook Pro. Maybe an M4, M3, M4.
This is your beginner, not be small beginner.
Get them back. Because I struggled, guy. When I was starting.
If you're a beginner, you don't have money. You were hoping that Director Ope is going
to render 7 seconds video.
I've spent 48 hours exporting before.
I don't want to begin like that again.
And I won't advise anybody to start with laptop that cannot do.
I don't want to begin like that again. So now, as a new beginner, beginning a new beginning. Let's not go that way again.
Okay, so quick question. Full frame or crop sensor?
Well, see, I don't know because I've
You can only pick one.
If I'm going to pick one, of course, I'll go with full frame because of the extra room.
Okay.
The extra room.
Okay, so will you pick? Will you pick a red Komodo? Will you pick a FX6 over a Alexa 35 mini?
FX6 over Alexa 35 mini. Of course, I wouldn't.
Why?
I wouldn't. Of course, now Alexa mini based off of
the sensor quality, right?
Sensor quality.
Yeah.
Okay, but when it comes to the general look of it, okay, if
FX30 versus FX3, of course you choose FX3.
You understand?
FX3.
My major reason is low light performance and then the extra room. It's just like when we even talk about cinema cameras, for example, top filmmaking cinema cameras have 35 millimeter lenses, high quality 35 millimeter lenses, the best of them. The IMAX uses 65 millimeter film.
Imagine.
That's double. That's almost double what the. All right, so that extra room it gives you.
And I know the IMAX is not a digital camera, is it? It's not. It's a film camera, yeah.
That room it gives you to capture more is exactly one of the major reasons why someone.
I think most large format cameras. I think we only have this Arri 85 whatever that has a.
Yeah. So for me, I think it's just because of that extra room, the sensor quality and all that. It's not because of all that argument. It's just ignorance that makes people say
Canon or Sony.
Sony. I won't even think twice.
Mac or Windows?
Mac.
Why? Do you use a Mac?
Yes.
Oh.
I have Windows here, but I have Mac. I have MacBook.
Okay, this one will be difficult.
I have
Nikon or Lumix.
It will be Lumix. I've used Lumix. I've used Nikon Lumix.
Okay, so what do you think about the ZR do?
I haven't tried it. I haven't laid my hands on it.
For the spec you've seen online.
From the specs I've seen, it looks promising. For the price tag,
the price
especially,
range, yeah.
it's mind blowing. I was looking at buying one soon. But let's see how that goes. We're looking at buying one very
So
soon.
thank you for being on the show, Director Ope. It was a really nice experience having you on this show, and I'm very sure every beginner videographer, content creator, filmmaker watching this video will take a lot.
We are all in the same boat. I'm also a beginner. Being
a beginner is relative.
It's not
So the
relative.
beginners I'm
We are all
talking about, they know
beginning.
themselves.
You might be beginning from the beginning. I'm beginning a new beginning. So
It is fine. So thank you guys for staying with us on this show. And if you are seeing me for the first time, my name is Samfred Ojo, and I'm a documentary filmmaker. And this is Depth of Field podcast. See you on our next episode. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video to whoever you think is going to help. Thank you.
ciao.